that the divine power which brought forth the grain should be thought of as a goddess, not a god. When the business of men was hunting and fighting, the care of the fields belonged to the women, and as they plowed and scattered the seed and reaped the harvest, they felt that a woman divinity could best understand and help woman's work. They could best understand her, too, who was worshipped not like other gods by the bloody sacrifices men liked, but in every humble act that made the farm fruitful. Through her, the field of grain was hallowed. Demeter's holy grain. The threshing floor, too, was under her protection. Both were her temples, where at any moment she might be present. At the sacred threshing floor, when they are winnowing, she herself, Demeter of the corn-ripe yellow hair, divides the grain and the chaff in the rush of the wind, and the heap of chaff grows white. May it be mine, the reaper prays, beside Demeter's altar to dig the great winnowing fan through her heaps of corn, while she stands smiling by with sheaves and poppies in her hand. Her chief festival, of course, came at the harvest time. In earlier days, it must have been a simple reaper's Thanksgiving day, when the first loaf baked from the new grain was broken and reverently eaten with grateful prayers to the goddess from whom had come this best and most necessary gift for human life. In later years, the humble feast grew into a mysterious worship, about which we know little. The great festival, in September, came only every 5 years, but it lasted for 9 days. They were most sacred days, when much of the ordinary business of life was suspended. Processions took place, sacrifices were held, with dances and song. There was general rejoicing. All this was public knowledge, and has been related by many a writer. But the chief part of the ceremony, which took place in the precincts of the temple, has never been described. Those who beheld it were bound by a vow of silence, and they kept it so well that we know only stray bits of what was done. The great temple was at Eleusis, a little town near Athens, and the worship was called the Eleusinian Mysteries. Throughout the Greek world, and the Roman, too, they were held in a special veneration. Cicero, writing in the century before Christ, says, "Nothing is higher than these mysteries. They have sweetened our characters and softened our customs. They have made us pass from the condition of savages to true humanity."